Hello and welcome. I'm just going to sit down. I do my best tarot on the floor, but this is the Sacred Yes Pick a Card reading. I put this together because I know how overwhelming it could be to provide feedback, especially on something creative and that is so important for you and your business. So I wanted to help you make more intuitive and aligned decisions and provide the best clear feedback that you can to point me in the right direction to bring your vision to life. So let's get right into it. Pile number 1 is the carnelian crystal. It is my favorite. And not just because it's so pretty with its colors, but its properties. I just love the energy that it holds. It provides creative energy. It helps with motivation and confidence. And it's very action oriented and helps with clear communication. So that's pile 1. Pile 2 is the limoncello quartz. This is a new crystal in my collection. It helps with confidence, joy, prosperity, decision making, mental clarity, creativity, and communication. This last one here is citrine. It's like a very, very light citrine, but it is for manifestation, abundance, positive energy, confidence, personal power, and creativity. Each of these piles, I already pulled 3 cards that we're going to go through today. So with your intuition, pick the pile that you were most drawn to, whether it's just drawing your eye, you like the color of a certain crystal, whichever one you are most drawn to. If you're having trouble, you can use an online random generator. Just Google it on Google and it will help you choose a number between 1 and 3. Choose what pile to pick. So let's get into it with pile number 1. Okay, pile number 1, welcome. These are your cards. We have the Page of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. I will show you a close-up of each card as I go through them. You're going to be looking at your full body yes, the clear no, and the liberated maybe. So, Page of Cups, if you look at the card closer, you'll see a person standing in front of a canvas. It looks like they've been working so hard for such a long time on this beautiful masterpiece that they look like they're pretty satisfied with, but they've also made a huge mess in the process. They don't really care that they've made a mess. They're just happy that they achieved what they wanted. So this card to me says that you are looking for something that is extremely unique to you, almost as if you had the graphic design skills to do it yourself, that you did do it yourself. Like, that's how much it fits you. And honestly, that is my goal for every one of my clients, is to create something that is so perfect for them that people think no one else except them could have created it. So maybe this is a reason that you chose me for the job, but you are looking for something so unique to you. And then possibly, depending on who you are, you don't really want something that polished. You want it to have a little bit of flair and charm to it, stand out. This gives a lot of water sign vibes: Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius. Maybe you are any of those signs, but that's what I'm getting for a full body yes. Something that when you look at it, you feel like this represents me fully. And then also just the posture that he is standing in. He is standing very straight up with his like back arched. If when you go to look at the brand identity, notice your posture. Are you continuing to hunch over your phone or your computer, or are you sitting up straight and sitting back a little bit, admiring it? Listen to your body language, because even in this Seven of Pentacles cup, which is the clear no, you see she's more leaning in and looking closer at the details. So do you find yourself leaning back, looking at the brand identity, full picture, feeling a little bit more satisfied? Or do you find yourself leaning in and looking at the details because you can't quite yet put a finger on what it is that you don't quite like or that doesn't quite fit? Now, Seven of Pentacles, as you can see, she's in a vineyard. She's admiring a bunch of grapes, or looking closely at a bunch of grapes. She has her wine with her, a book, and then her companion down in the corner. And then this is a Pentacles card. They're scattered all over in the trees. So when you're trying to figure out what is a clear no, just like going through grapes, I don't know if you eat grapes or what, but like when I go to the store to pick out a bunch of grapes, I am feeling every single bunch of grapes to find like the juiciest, hardest grapes, because that's the way I like mine. And if I feel a mushy grape, yuck, not buying it, right? So kind of the same thing, going through every single detail on the page and what feels like that yucky grape that doesn't feel like you, and what feels like that juicy grape that makes you excited and proud of what's on the page. So that is my advice for the clear no. And then we have card number 3, which is to represent the liberated maybe. So what am I unsure about? What would help me move forward with clarity? Is it a yes, waiting to be refined to make it a yes? Is it a no, that I'm afraid to tell Allie that I don't like this, or that I'm afraid to admit I don't like, because maybe I said I wanted it before and I don't now? This card is meant to bring clarity, to liberate the maybe. And we have the King of Wands in this position. As you can see, the king is looking at the map. It is pointing at the map, and it is looking at its cat for advice. Now, I don't know if you looked at the previous guide when I asked you to go over and pick a direction. I included in that guide a section on human design, and it talks about the different ways that people make decisions. And one of the types of people that are in that group are the types of people who make their best decisions when they get some type of external feedback, whether it is someone who benefits from speaking what they're thinking out loud, and sometimes just hearing yourself talk about something out loud helps you work through the problem and make a decision. Or maybe you're the type of person who likes to go to someone you trust and ask for their opinion. Now, I just would be careful, because with someone who does like to get external feedback, just make sure that you're not letting someone else make the decision for you. That at the heart of it, we're really truly thinking about who you are as a person and basing our feedback and our perspective off what best fits for you. Trying to figure out if something needs to be changed and what that small detail is that just isn't quite right. Try speaking out loud, try getting input from someone that you trust, who has your best interest in mind. You're afraid to say no, stepping in that king power energy and stepping up for yourself, having confidence and saying, no, I know who I am. This is not me, and this is how we can make it more like me. Yeah, that's kind of all I'm getting here. Hopefully this was helpful and useful and it resonated with you. I've provided a feedback guide as well if you need a little bit more guidance on exactly the type of feedback I am looking for. But thank you, pile number 1. Welcome to group number 2. You guys chose the pile with the limoncello quartz. So I think this is a perfect crystal for the reading, actually. So you guys got the 4 of Wands for your first card. This is the full body yes card. We're asking, what is aligned with my energy and vision? What feels like a true yes and something I want more of? Now, if you look at this card, you see a group of women celebrating. They're throwing these wands with all these colors on them in the air, and there's this sense of community. You're likely looking for a brand that doesn't just feel like you, but is truly going to attract other like-minded people. And that's something I want for every one of my clients, but you specifically value that part of a brand. You want to create this wonderful community around your brand. So when you're thinking, is this a full body yes, you're thinking about those people that you want to attract. You might put yourself in the position of one of those people and think, if they saw this brand, would this excite them as much as it does me right now? And that's something you can ask yourself. And if you're feeling that, you know that we're headed in the right direction, maybe even if we still have to make some little changes. You're also likely looking for a brand that is very playful, joyful, colorful, bold. Once again, something that's like very inviting and energetic about it, something that moves people to action, if that makes sense. Now, looking at the Empress, this is your card number 2 for the clear no. It is a different story. As you can see, she's in just as beautiful as a setting as the 4 of Wands woman. She has apple trees, she has a meadow that she's standing in with all these beautiful flowers, yet there is no light in her eyes. Her soul is not lit up like it is in the 4 of Wands. So you're the type of person that probably can look at something and know that it is beautiful, but for some reason it is not lighting you up. It is not exciting you whatsoever, and we do not want that. So pay attention when you are looking at the brand, because there might be some instances where you could see other people getting excited over it, but for some reason maybe it doesn't make you excited. That's not it. We want you and other people to get excited about this brand. So that's your clear no. Looking at the King of Cups and the Empress, the King of Cups is your liberated maybe card. So if you aren't satisfied and you're unsure of what would maybe make it a yes, or you're afraid to say no, this is what this card's all about. And you see this in both the no and the maybe card, this like stoic look. surrounded by beauty with these stoic dead eyes. So you might be the type of person that when you aren't feeling great about something, when you're not lit up inside, you're the opposite. You're kind of dead inside. And that might make it difficult for you to speak up or voice, because you understand that it's pretty and you don't want to offend the person, but it truly does not light you up. I will not be offended if you don't like something about what I've showed you, or you don't like it at all. That is why I'm here, to make it work. So please, please, please do not get stuck in just settling for something that you know is pretty and it'll work out in the end, because it won't. Because if it doesn't light you up, then it's not doing its job. My advice to you is use the tools, use the feedback guide, go through each step of the feedback that I'm looking for, and evaluate what part of this do I not like, and try and look at it from a point of not, is this pretty or not, but does it feel like me? Because that's what's going to light you up, is if it feels like you, if it aligns with your bigger vision. So try not to look at it from an aesthetic point of view, but something that fully represents you, and hopefully that helps you provide feedback on what to change. If you do have any issues, feel free to reach out to me. I am happy to help you figure out what we're missing. That is your reading pile number 2. All right, last but not least, my pile number 3 group. This is your spread with the citrine crystal that you picked out. Let's get right into it. Card number 1 is all about your full body yes. What is deeply aligned with your energy and vision for your brand? What feels like a true full body yes, something that you want to feel more of in your brand? Now, looking at this card, the Ace of Swords, you are the type of person who maybe right now, whether you're just starting off in business or you've come to me for a reason to rebrand, you're looking for a fresh start. You're looking for this brand to motivate you into a new direction, to level up in your business, to feel more like you so you can show up every day motivated, because it seems like you're kind of lacking that. But then if we're looking at it next to the Knight of Pentacles, which is your no card, as you can see, the Ace of Swords, she has nothing with her except for her sword. She has the clothes on her back and the sword, yet somehow she feels super confident about this journey that she is about to go on. Then you look at the Knight of Pentacles. He is so prepared. He has a sack full of things. He has tools on his belt. He even has a little bit of money, even though he might not have a lot in his hand to give. He has so many resources, but he is not quite confident about the journey ahead yet. What this is saying to me is that when you're looking at the brand that I gave you, you'll know something is right if all of a sudden you're feeling motivated and excited about the journey ahead. And if you all of a sudden are questioning what the hell that you are doing, the fact that you gave me your money to do this thing that maybe you could have done yourself, I mean, you have tools, what are you getting yourself into? Something is off with the brand that I've designed, and we need to figure out what that is. And it sounds like you are pretty much either going to be like, yes, love this. I can see maybe where some things need to change, but like, this is so exciting. Or you're going to be the complete opposite where you go and spiral. That brings me to the Three of Swords, which is the liberated maybe card. This is what you are unsure about. What would help you gain some clarity? Is it a yes, waiting to be refined? Or is it a no, that I'm afraid to tell Allie that I don't like this? And hopefully this card will bring you a little bit of clarity. We have the Three of Swords. And what this card says to me, you're likely, I don't know if you looked at the human design section in the last feedback guide that I gave you when you were choosing a direction, but the first one, the emotional decision maker, I can relate to you. I'm also an emotional decision maker. You're likely the type of person that goes through a whirlwind of emotions before you actually decide on what to say or what to do. It's likely that you are feeling one way and your mind's telling you a million different things. Perhaps you're sitting down to write me some feedback or try and even think about what it is that you want to say, and you're not getting anywhere. So my advice is to step back. If you're feeling like this, step back, take a break, take a nap, go for a walk, sleep on it. You do have the time to sleep on it, and then come back in the morning with a clearer head. And if you do come back to it and you are still feeling the same way that you did before, reach out to me, call me. I know that you feel like you can maybe do it yourself, but you hired me for a reason. Come to me. I can help you work through what it is that we need to do so that you feel like this Ace of Swords card. We do not want you feeling like the Knight of Pentacles, but it is okay if you are, because we can fix that. So that is pretty quick. You guys came in pretty clear for me because I can very much relate to how you are dealing with this. I hope it resonated with you and is helpful moving forward. Please, I say this full-heartedly, know that whether you like it or you hate it, or you're somewhere in between and you're confused, you can reach out to me. I'm happy to set up a time to chat and figure out how to get you the best brand identity possible.